What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Carly. I am 24 years old and I work full-time from home. So looking like this is a rarity these days. But when I do get ready, I like for it to be super quick, super fast, and super easy, which is insane because I used to be the girl that would sit down and do my makeup for an hour and a half and not go anywhere unless I was full beat. It's crazy how things change and how that used to be the trend that I used to follow. No shade or no hate against it. I still love makeup so much. I love the art of it and I think it is absolutely beautiful and it's so therapeutic to me and it's so much fun. But unfortunately, I just don't have the time, and now that I don't have to do it every single day, I am very impatient when it comes to doing my makeup. So over the past few months, I have perfected the 5-minute makeup look. I know you're probably like, there's no way. And while this video timestamp is a heck of a lot longer than 5 minutes, I do walk you through each step. I tell you why I use it, the product itself, what shade I am, alternatives for it from the drugstore, or how you can pull from your own makeup collection to make this look happen. So this video is a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but when I need to get this done, I can do it in 5 minutes. Another thing that I touch on throughout the video is this is a day to night look. Right now, it's more the daytime look, running errands, go to easy breathable makeup. I am, however, about to go out for my sister's birthday, so I could transition this to a nighttime look very easy, but we're going more casual, so this is what we're going with. But you guys said that you wanted to see this, and I'm so glad because it's something that I've been wearing every single day for months. There's no foundation, and my skin has been so much better now that I'm letting it breathe. Obviously, I understand that not everyone has the luxury of not being able to wear makeup every single day and only wearing it when you need to or want to, but it has seriously helped. So I feel as though if you're someone who needs to wear makeup every day to work, not needs to, but you need to wear it just to make yourself feel a little bit more put together and things like that, then this is the great in between because it's very natural, very breathable, and super easy. No more waking up 45 minutes before you actually need to just to do all that makeup. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and without further ado, let's just jump right in. All right, so this is how I usually start my makeup looking. My hair's up. I like to do my hair last. That's just a personal preference for me. I like to keep it out of my way, and I also keep my hair back in a spa headband just so that I can easily wrap it, keep any extra hairs out of my face, and just go to town. I am like low-key losing my voice from this weekend from going out with my friends and like screaming, riding the bull, and having a great time, screaming karaoke, all that good stuff, to yesterday hiking over like 6 miles in the freezing cold and then it getting warm and like being out of breath, whatever. I'm losing my voice, so ignore it. Also, I'm filming on a new camera today that I'm like still getting used to, so I keep looking in this viewfinder to see myself and it makes me look cross-eyed on camera when you watch, so I do apologize. But every time I do my makeup, I wash my face and I put on my products right before. So right now I don't have any primer on necessarily, quote unquote, but I am like fresh washed with some oils, serums, and my moisturizer. So that kind of acts as a primer. My cats are standing outside my office right now meowing because they want to be let in so bad, but they'll knock stuff over. So my first step after I've cleansed my skin and done all my skincare is I always put on a lip balm of some sort. My favorite is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I wear this all day, every day, even if I'm not sleeping. I just think it's the best like alternative or option, and I just put a little bit on my finger. If I am needing some more coverage lately, what I've been doing is wearing this Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation. This is definitely a light coverage foundation, but it's definitely buildable, and I'm in the shade 1 Fair because I'm so pale, but if I'm tan, obviously I'd get another color. But the makeup look I'm doing today, it usually takes me anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, but if I need to get ready quick, this can be done in 5 minutes. Sometimes if I'm adding a little bit more to it, like some eyeshadow or highlight, or just being like more intentional with where I contour, things like that, this can take me 10 minutes. But just know that this is possible to get done 5 minutes, quick, easy, in and out. Okay, so first up in this whole routine for me is concealer, just because it doesn't have as much like dewy glow and a sheen to it, I like to put it on first so that I can kind of cover it up but have it still do its job. So my favorite for a day when I don't need like a full coverage type deal is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. And I'll just dab it under my eyes. I honestly don't even use that much. So the great thing about this is you crank it up and then the product comes out. It looks like I'm using a lot because I'm going back and forth, but honestly, there's barely any product on this like sponge applicator. And then I'll kind of rub it in a little bit. And I most of the time just use my finger because I want it to all stay, because I only use a little bit of concealer and product here. If you have any like redness or spots like that, you can cover them up as well, but I am not going to do that today just because I have a little bit of irritation from a rash that I got yesterday from a makeup wipe, but we're good to go. Then when you start in on the face, my next step is I take a setting spray or primer water or whatever. You could honestly probably use a spray bottle of water, and I just spritz it on top of a foundation brush. This is the Anissa Beauty A Design Buffing Foundation Brush. I absolutely love these brushes. You get them on Amazon. They're amazing. And I find that this is the best technique for this because using a beauty blender doesn't really do the job with this product, and you really want it to be light and sheen and move all over. So this is the one product, if you only buy one thing that I show you, or you know, want to recreate this look completely, this is truly the one product you need to do that. I'm sure you could find a dupe, and if someone has a dupe, I'd love to know about it, but this is the one product that I now will never ever be able to live without. I wear it alone in this makeup tutorial, but whenever I wear this, I will put some of this on top of it actually. This is made to basically go over your foundation as a filter, but I wear it alone every single day that I do my makeup, and it's perfect. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and it's for a Superstar Youth Glow. Now, this product is a little bit more expensive. I think it's about $45, but truly it's worth it. I feel like I've used so much of it, but I can't really even tell that a lot is gone. And I love the doe foot applicator. And I'll just go in and do about 3 little stripes on each, and then I'll dip it back in and do another 3. And then I try and get some of the excess around here before dipping back in. And then some on my forehead as well. You know, just kind of using everything that's on the applicator. And you can use as much of this or as little of this as you want. But like I said, this is the key product here. And then I just buff it into my skin. I make sure to dab it right near the concealer because I don't want the concealer to move, but I want to make sure that that line of where I put concealer on goes away. Make sure to get the nose. I love this because it's a multi-use product. Technically the directions state to put it over a foundation, but I love the way that it looks on my skin without, because it looks like I truly have the Flawless filter from like Snapchat or Instagram, but without too much of a heavy, like cakey makeupness underneath. And it's lightweight, breathable. I feel like I'm not even wearing anything on my skin when I have it on. And it just gives you that glow. Make sure to bring it down on your neck. And I used a lot here just because I was using what was on the applicator, but you really don't have to use a lot. It's truly how much coverage you want, because, you know, it has a little bit of coverage to it. I don't remember what shade I am. Oh, I'm 2 light clear. So you can get this in different shades, which is awesome. And then what I like to do after this step is hold on. Okay, they be fighting out there. So after I do my concealer and the Flawless filter, I always love to just brush out my brows because I hate how crazy they might look. And I'm not actually gonna pencil my brows in today just because I want a more natural look, but if you do want something a little bit more dramatic, or you don't have very dark brows but you want them darker, or you don't have them as defined as you'd like, you can definitely pencil them in, but I don't in this tutorial or my everyday look. Next, I want to go in with just a little bit of translucent powder and just a little eyeshadow brush. This is because while this is a dewy situation, this is not mattifying, it's not necessarily a foundation, and I've got some concealer under my eyes and I don't want to see any creasing, but I don't want to bake here, so I just go under my eyes with a little bit of translucent powder to make sure that there's at least something there that's helping it stay. If you don't put concealer on and you don't get this so much under your eye, not so concentrated, then you don't really need the translucent powder. There's definitely days when I don't wear it, but it's the one thing that, like, really the only powder other than bronzer I'm putting on my face. And if you want to mattify this look a little bit more, you can put a layer of translucent powder all over. Next up is one of my faves. This is the Glossier Cloud Paint in Beam, and shout out to my cousin Georgia, because when I posted that I got this, I'd never tried Glossier before, and she said to use a stipple brush because it makes it look so much better, and she wasn't wrong. So what I do is I put a tiny bit on the back of my hand, because a little bit goes a long way with this stuff, and you can always add more, but you can't take it away. It's very pigmented, and then I use a stipple brush. This is a Luxie 524T brush. I got it in a like Birchbox or something. And then I just stipple it onto my cheeks. And it really gives you that natural flush. I tried putting it on with my finger and I just didn't like how concentrated it was in one area. And I definitely wouldn't recommend putting the product directly on your face. I put it on the back of my hand because I can control it a lot better. But maybe you can even put it directly on the brush, just depends. But I put this all over my cheeks, concentrating on the apples of them just to give me an even dewier look. You can use a powder blush with this, but I like this just to keep the dewy consistency. And then I'm gonna go in with the Kylie bronzer. This is the shade Tequila Tan. It might be a little bit too dark for me at the moment, and I truly just bought this because it was called Tequila Tan, and I never tried Kylie before. And I'm using the Morphe R14 brush. This is one of my favorites for bronzer, and I just tap it into the pan, and I chisel out a little bit. I don't go in too heavy with this, just because this is a dewier, light coverage, more natural look. I make sure to get the top of my forehead just a little bit, especially if I'm gonna be wearing a hat or something. This just makes it easier for the product to stay. I put a little bit on the sides of my nose, under my cheekbones, under my chin, and we're good to go. And then we are on to the last two steps. Super simple. I look crazy right now, but bear with me. My next product is the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Brown. And I love this because it is so pigmented and just really fills in those spots that I need. I was going in with a pencil and then with a brow gel over it, but I feel like with this, I don't need to anymore. And so I will just concentrate it in the areas that I need the most coverage, mainly in the front, and I don't dip back in until I go to the next brow, and I always try and bring it down on the tail. So I always start in the front of my brow to make sure that the most product gets in there, and then sometimes I'll go back through in the same brush before I dip it back in. Now, here with the line, it's a little bit harsh right here because it's hard to control so much product and pigment in that area, but once they dry for a minute, I'll go back and brush them through. Alright, while my brow's dry, I'm gonna go in with the Glossier Lash Slick. Again, I just bought a few products on Black Friday weekend of Glossier, and I love them now, and I can't live without them. So I have been loving this mascara. It's absolutely perfect for a very natural look. I don't feel like my lashes get clumpy or super thick, and it comes off easy too, and I don't feel like I'm losing lashes having to get this product off. So I'll just work it through my lashes. I do get a lash lift and tint so that I don't have to wear mascara every single day, because even on days where I don't wear makeup, I want to feel like my eyes are awake and alive. And I feel like that helps. So I don't really need to curl my lashes unless I want something a little bit more dramatic with them, but I'll just work one thing through. I don't re-dip this back in, so I just use the product of one like dip of the applicator. All right, I just did the bottom lashes with the excess product left on the applicator. I don't dip it back in because I don't want a lot of product down there, but I do want them to look alive. And then I'll just go back in and lightly brush through my brows to take out any harsh lines and really soften the tail of the brow. I feel that it just makes it look a little bit more natural without really taking any of the product away. Last but not least, this step is the lips. I'm gonna be honest, most of my day-to-day when I wear this makeup look, I will just put on the Laneige sleeping mask or the Laneige lip balm and wear it. But if I want something a little bit more shiny, a little bit more pigmented with color, I will go in with a lip gloss. My favorite lip gloss is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is in vintage, but I also love Kristen. This one has a little bit more of a glitter to it. So this is the lip I'll go to. Sometimes I will use a lip liner if I want it a little bit more defined, but today I'm just doing a gloss. And then if you want to take it to the night, I just add on the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner and lipstick. So I'll just add this. And that's the finished look of my makeup. Now we're gonna do my hair so you can see the full look. I know you pretty much already saw it when I started the intro of this video, but I didn't want to scare you looking all gross right off the bat. So now we're gonna go curl our hair and I will show you the finished look. But this makeup is super, super easy to do. And like I said, you can recreate this with products you probably already have. And if not, everything can be found at the drugstore in some capacity. I am gonna be on the lookout for a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. But if you have a dupe or you know of a product that is super, super similar that does the job for you, please leave it in the comments down below. I would love to try it out, and I would love for other people to know as well. But as far as the products go, give yourself a good base that is not too full coverage and too matte to get this look. So even a BB cream would work well with this. A lot of brands are coming out with more cream and liquid blushes. I know that I think Revlon just came out with some like this, so I want to try them and compare the two. And then everyone's got a bronzer somewhere, so use your favorite bronzer. If I don't use Kylie, I'm always using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Concealer, use something lightweight and breathable, just because everything else on your face is more lightweight. You want to be able to build on it and not have it look so cakey. And then translucent powder, I love the Maybelline, but I'm trying to get through the Laura Mercier. And like I said, setting sprays, you really don't need any high dollar one. The NYX one, the Dewy or the Matte are my go-tos. And then a good brow gel and a mascara. So you don't have to use a colored one. You can obviously use clear. You don't even have to use brow gel if that's not your thing. And then mascara, obviously use your favorite. So there's a lot of different options here and things that you can swap out in your makeup drawer that you already have now, or if you're looking to try out some new products and spend some money on some makeup and treat yourself. All of these products that I use are great. I use them every single day in the same order that you saw. And like I said, if you want to add some coverage to it, just throw in your foundation there in as the first step, and then do everything else on top of it, and you're good to go. And just like that, we're done. Now that my hair is curled and I no longer look like a shiny egg with some dimension to it, I am ready to go. I curl my hair different ways based on how much volume I want to it and things like that, but I just did a very simple natural loose curl today for my sister's birthday dinner. My makeup's done. I can now get ready in under 30 minutes, which is insane because like I said at the beginning of the video, I used to spend so much time getting ready, but my boyfriend is like, girl, this is taking too long. We could be doing things. And you know what? He's right. Unless I'm sitting at home by myself and I have the time to do it, I am Speedy Gonzalez these days with my freaking get ready routine. So I wanted to show you all my 5-minute makeup routine that I have been wearing and loving every day that I wear makeup for the past few months. And I hope this was helpful for you and that you found some good tips and alternatives to giving yourself some glow and dimension and feeling and looking good while cutting down your routine and the amount of products that you use. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.